Hi, welcome to this learning journey. I'm so excited that you're here, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better as we move through this journey together. Let's face it, being a mom is hard. It's hard to notice the needs our children have and to feel very inadequate about being able to meet them, to know that we're never consistent enough. We have weaknesses, we have bad days, we make mistakes, and we feel like this responsibility of helping our children be the best they can. And we just have no idea what they really need. The world is changing so fast. We don't know academically what they need to be learning and what careers are going to be available in the future. And we just feel so unprepared for what this entails. My goal for the units in this group and what I call the Basic Training Bootcamp is to help you just change your life in a way that you'll be able to see things from a different lens instead of this overwhelmed and inadequate lens. I'm going to start seeing them through um, a lens of more gratitude and more excitement and joy in the journey. We're going to see more clearly who we are and why we're here, and what an incredible privilege that is. And so as we go through the units, you'll start to get some mindset shifts as well as start to journal and figure out some things that will help you as you move forward. Each unit is going to have 2 or 3 videos. The first one is going to be of me explaining the concept and what we want to get out of the day, and then the second one is going to be just like a little video clip or something that's going to illustrate the principle in a different way. Sometimes there will be 2 videos that do that because I just think they complement each other. I think they're both important. And then you're going to have a journaling prompt. So I'm going to have a PDF available for you to just print out and journal on, or if you want to use your own journal and just use the PDF as a visual of what you're trying to do, that's fine too. I'm going to have the entire workbook available for you to print for all of the units. If you just want to print it all at once, or you can, each time we'll also just have a part of it so that you can just print it as you go if that's what you prefer. So this is for you. You can adapt it in a way that works best for you and your family and your lifestyle. If you can think of anything that can help me make it more clear, or you have any questions, please email me, post them on the comments, whatever will be easiest for you, and I'll get back to you and I'll clarify or make a new video or whatever needs to be done to help this work. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to join the bootcamp on my website. It is free, but I just want you to join it because it helps you keep track of where you're at. Like if you take some days off and you can't remember where you left off, it'll track what you've done. And then also it gives you points. And so that's a fun way to stay motivated because those points will add up to future discounts on boot camp or something else you decide to try. So I do that for 2 reasons. One, for motivation. It's just fun to track yourself and earn points. And second, so that I can help the people most who are willing to put in the work. I really want to, I feel like the people that I'm able to help best are those who actually do the assignments and do what I'm asking. And so I want to make sure that I attract those people because those are the ones that will progress most and that I'll be able to help most. The last thing in each unit is a challenge, and they're there to help you learn to start teaching some of these things you're learning, because it is by teaching that often these things are retained in our hearts, and that makes it easier to live them. And so there's going to be 3 levels in that. There's going to be level 1 where you just write it down and share it with us. Then there's level 2 where you find some creative way to teach it and share it with your family. And so maybe it's like a video or an object lesson or something, and share it with us and with your family. And then the third way is for you to take that and also teach it to like a class or your social media or something, some way to get it out there to the world, because that's how we start to get comfortable and more confident in who we are in our message, is by taking it and making an impact and practicing sharing it, because it can be scary at first, but the more we practice, the better we get at it. And that's one of my goals, and what I do is to help you share your light more often and be more confident and willing to do it. I'm posting all of the links and everything that you need right below. And I'm going to end this little video by the story that I introduced my book with. It's called The Leap. And it's really like a visual of what helped me start wanting to do this program, writing this book. And I think it applies to all of us. I think it's something that as you read it and listen to it, you can see yourself in it. As I stepped closer to the edge of the cliff, I saw thick clouds rolling in all directions below me, disappearing as they touched the night sky and the far horizon. The red cliff glowed in the moonlight where I stood. The rock face seemed to extend up to the heavens and descend into a dark abyss. The dark cracks seeping between the clouds could be seen only when the lightning flashed. In the cracks, I could see slivers of cities, oceans, mountains, deserts, forests. Being so close to the edge, my stomach tightened, but I wouldn't look away. I wanted to take it all in. My eye was drawn to a crack in the distance. I waited for another flash of light. It came. I saw home. It was only lit for an instant, yet I saw it in every detail. Somehow the lightning flash changed my perspective. It was as if my gaze zoomed in to where I looked. I could see the big window next to my front door. Through the window was my family. My brothers and sister were gathered around the dining table playing a game. I could detect their smiles and hear their laughter. My mom was pulling hot homemade rolls out of the oven, and my dad was playing with the baby on the couch. The baby's back was toward me. I didn't know whose baby he was, but I felt he belonged. I hoped he turned his head so I could see his smile. I ached to be at that table playing games with my family. Many more family members mingled through the house: cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents, and more little children whom I felt I knew and loved, though I didn't recall having met them. A little brown-eyed girl glanced up at me from the train set she was playing with. Her gaze penetrated my heart. I didn't have children. I wasn't even married, but I knew we were connected somehow. She reached her arms out to me. Then darkness. I'd seen it all in an instant, but time had stood still during that flash. I could still see the light in the little girl's eyes, even in the darkness. I knew I needed to reach her. I looked for a road or a path I could take to get to her. All I could see were slick red cliffs stretching for miles, and the clouds below me. I looked towards home again. Another flash. I saw a road. On it there were many men dressed in black armor. Some were in dark open jeeps, moving slowly as other men walked beside them. Their mouths smiled and jeered at the prisoners they were guarding. The prisoners were pulled in wheeled cages behind the jeeps. The guards' eyes were filled with empty hate. I felt sick when I noticed there were many women and children among the prisoners, and I saw the greedy way the guards looked at them. I saw a young woman torn from her father as the army walked through, and a young man taken from his brothers. They left mothers clutching their wounded children, other children trying to wake unresponsive parents, wives searching for husbands who did not answer. Some young men and women were gathering the wounded so they could be bandaged. I tried to close my eyes, but the images remained. I felt their wrenching pain. Feeling nauseous, I stepped back away from the cliff. I realized the men were moving north, moving towards my home. I yelled. My voice was drowned in the deep silence. No one was around to hear. I needed to get to them to warn them, but there was no way down. Jump. Not a voice, but a clear thought calmed my panicked mind. What? I looked around and over the cliff again. All I could see were clouds. Maybe there was something underneath to break my fall, or maybe there wasn't. Jump, came the thought again. It came with a feeling I recognized, a hopeful stillness. I thought I could trust it. I looked over the edge again. No, I couldn't do it. Dizziness engulfed me. Jump, I will get you there. Then I remembered the laughter, the smiles, the love in their eyes, the little girl with the outstretched arms. I had to reach them. I closed my eyes. I breathed in. I stepped back. I stepped forward. My heart filled with courage. I leaped. I hope you saw yourself in that story. And as you move forward, I want you to think about what you're willing to leap for and what it is that you need to do to make that leap. So we're going to get started today by doing some of these challenges, doing these journaling exercises, and I'm helping you start to move in that direction and knowing your next step. I'm excited to become friends or better friends as we share this experience together. Let's get started.